to be at least a temporary ban of any and all Muslims coming into the U.S. until Congress figures out what's going on. Well, it's not only Democrats who are criticizing Trump. We've certainly heard from them and seen them at City Hall. Members of his own party are criticizing Trump as well. So joining us today to talk about what's happening with the party and sort of where things stand is New York State Republican Party leader Jason Weingartner. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So let me just ask you the very basic question, because some are saying Donald Trump's views are extreme. Do you believe his views when it comes to Muslims coming into the U.S. are extreme?
I think, well, first of all, I disagree with his views, like all the other presidential candidates have said. We shouldn't bar the gates to anyone based on their faith. But what I think he's speaking to is quite frankly the rumor that's out there. But we saw in an earlier report this week where his spouse was radicalized before she was given the fiancé visa.
San Bernardino, yes.
Yes, and she was allowed still into the United States after that. So clearly people want to see the visa system reformed, how we let people in reformed.
So where does the GOP stand on this? I'm unclear about this. If there's one part of the GOP that's upset about what Donald Trump is saying, and other part of the GOP that says that, he's actually saying exactly what the party is wanting, and in fact what the voters want, who are Republicans. How do you balance this?
Well, sure, and I think that goes to, quite frankly, where the Trump candidacy is right now. He is speaking to a segment of the American population that feels that they've been either left behind economically or, quite frankly, are concerned about what they see what's happening over in France. They saw what happened in San Bernardino. And in the absence of other ideas out there as to what's going to reform in terms of the visa program and things of that nature, that's the only one on the table right now. So, nature affords a vacuum, and politics is certainly not absent of that as well.
Let me ask you this, though, because you talk about this segment of support, but the reality is when you look at any polls, Donald Trump is leading by far. Clearly, it's not just a segment. I mean, he's leading. We've seen his lead increase. There's that Wall Street Journal, NBC poll, I'm sure you saw it, specifically about his proposal. And Republicans that were asked, 42% said they support the proposal. So it's not just a votable segment. We're talking about more than half the Republicans that said they more supported it than didn't support it. So
no, and as I said, certainly there is a segment, there's a grouping of it that supports it, but there hasn't been any other proposals that have been put out there. So in the absence of other proposals, voters are seeing it's Trump's idea or what we currently have. What I would advise the other presidential candidates to put out there are their own proposals in terms of what they would do to reform that, and let the voters see all the proposals out there, and then make an educated decision when we start the caucuses on February 1st.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Come April, do you think he has enough to make it in April?
Well, our primary is April 19th, and quite frankly, as you said, he's been leading in the polls. He certainly has the financial resources to achieve whatever he wants. He, quite frankly, has run an unconventional campaign. So anyone that says that he doesn't have the ability to last until April 19th, there's been no evidence of that. So he certainly could last until April 19th for the New York primary.